It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck along with Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson on the left-hand side of your radio, Calvin on the right. And we're ready to talk gardening with you at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. I was hoping he would kind of stall for a second, the guy in the shirt there, because we're real excited. We've got the perennial hibiscus, the mallow hibiscus here at Milberger's, and he had a beautiful white one in his basket, so he's getting it. And it's in a good size, too. It's in the number 1 pot. Does that sound right, or is there different sizes?
No, it's a number 1 and a number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Well, that's a good place to start. But if you want to,
right. I like the number 1s because it is a good place to start. You can always upgrade.
Yeah, at least a 15-gallon.
Yeah.
Those guys are beautiful if you give them a little space.
So tell me about the mallow hibiscus. I know enough to be dangerous, but I know it's perennial, so it comes back every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it reacts to the day length. So sometimes we get a little deceived. Why is it retreating?
Oh.
And some people say, well, we'll give it some more water. We'll give it some more fertilizer.
More fertilizer.
Yeah.
Food. Always want to feed things.
Yeah. But it usually the horticulturist that's involved or the nursery says, no, it's just that's its way it lives, and then it'll come back next spring.
Yeah.
And part of it is that people get used to the tropical hibiscus.
Yeah.
Correct. And this is not tropical.
Yeah.
It is indigenous. It may be a hybrid of this Aura selection. But yeah, you just cut it back.
Okay.
And then the following spring, it comes back.
Very cool.
So,
and it wants full sun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But I was going to say it will tolerate a little shade.
Yeah, I've seen it bloom pretty well in a long morning sun.
Yeah.
But full sun is its favorite thing.
Okay.
There are lots of things, including humans, that will tolerate a long morning sun, and then we'll have to escape the afternoon somehow. I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
I went out this morning and cut down rogue trees and mowed the grass and.
Wow! No wonder you're so grumpy.
Yeah, pulled up the weeds.
What was this, about 7:15?
Yeah. I was through by
7:20.
I started. I started a little bit before 7 and finished at about 7:30. It was like But there's a little viney weed that's all over the place. It's driving me nuts because it gets on other plants and it's like it's choking them out or
something. Is it Smilex?
No, it's not Smilex. I have it as well. I have a Smilex, and then I also have this little bindweed type of thing.
Oh.
And I frankly have not gone on in my books, my reference books are online to find out. I just call it a bindweed.
It's not It's not our...
I'll bring some in tomorrow.
Okay, that'd be good,
Yeah, we'll sit down here and look at it. Yeah.
Probably a lot of folks are seeing that.
Yeah.
I know. It's extensive in my yard, so...
Oh, and the picture that I sent you, that's all over the place. The picture of whatever the plant is with a little...
Yeah, now you thought it was a...
I was making sure it wasn't a zinnia.
No. It did have some zinnia characteristics.
Yes, it did. I hope it wasn't one.
But
I yanked it up.
Sappy substance.
It might be just one of the amaranths, too.
You're going to make me look it up on my phone.
Oh.
But you put a Latin in there that I didn't.
Oh, I don't
recognize.
know. I did the little search with Siri, and that's what came up. And
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Well, that could be.
Hey, Siri thinks I'm a French model.
What
so
did?
never trust Siri.
What was the common name
Maybe you
Siri
are.
gave?
I'm looking at
What is what?
What did Siri give it a common name?
No.
No.
Okay. What did I say it was?
No, you just said it was trash. You didn't give a name.
Yeah, you.
No, I did give it a name
Did you?
afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it?
Where are you? Are you Milton and Calvin? Is that who are?
That's us.
Yeah.
You had a euphorbia.
Oh, okay.
Now, euphorbias are easy to identify. Just crack the stem, and a milky substance should come out.
Oh, I don't know if it did or not.
Yeah.
I will tell you that it pulls out of the ground very easily.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's. Then
Oh,
it's-
you
it's
said lamb's
probably-
quarter.
Huh?
Oh, you said
lamb's
lambs.
quarter,
Yeah.
which is a common weed. I mean, a forb.
And does it
common
have a
forb.
flower? Looks like it wants to.
I don't.
I was.
If it is, it's nondescript.
Okay.
It is everywhere, and
Yes, it is everywhere.
I kind of thought it would be an easy one to identify with one of my books, but I got one out and the I wasn't able to find to get a definitive
Yeah.
identification.
Christmas plant.
Poinsettia, something.
Poinsettia.
Yeah, actually something.
So
something called it a summer poinsettia.
It is a poinsettias are in the euphorbia family.
Okay.
So if you do break off a branch of a poinsettia, you'll see a little milky substance come out.
Okay.
It's not poisonous. It is an irritant or not toxic.
Ooh,
It's
I
an
wonder if
irritant.
that's why I get all itchy.
No, you just get all itchy anyway.
Okay.
It's
Regardless.
those bugs.
What's that? Yeah, it is all those bugs
It's
out
the
there.
bugs.
When you're out in the yard, you know.
Yep. And I need to get into some. Oh, I have a question.
So we're looking at it, and it's either lamb's quarter or euphorbia.
Okay.
And you're going to rub some on your arm, and we're going to test it later on tomorrow.
Got that
I'm sticking.
That's what it will look like.
Is it really what it would look like? Okay.
What was the other one?
which
The
one-
lamb's
which one
quarter
is
or
that?
what?
A euphorbia.
Okay.
Yeah, euphorbia dentata.
Okay. So, but it's not a keeper.
No.
I would not keep it as.
Okay. I'll pull that puppy.
You know, I had I've had a great experience. Trace convinced me that I should try Sedgehammer.
Oh yeah.
And,
Hang on, Jeff.
And well, why don't we'll go ahead with Jeff?
Oh,
and
okay.
We can
Then we'll
talk
find
about
out.
the Sedgehammer.
We'll find
afterwards.
out Calvin's Sedgehammer issue and experience right after we talk to Jeff at 210-308-8867. Jeff, welcome to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas. How you doing today?
Fine, yourself?
Good, good. What's going on, man?
So we have a bunch of oak trees on our property, and we've noticed some of them are the bark is getting like worn away, or it's like lighter in one patch going all the way up the tree and some of the limbs, and wondering what that might be and how to treat it.
What kind of tree?
It's an oak.
Oak trees?
Yeah, so I'm assuming a live oak because this is what happens to the live oaks frequently. There is a fungal disease called smooth patch. And what it does, it takes out or decays the outer bark, the old bark, and just keeps the inner bark, and it's smooth and gray, and it's very tight, but it's still bark. It's just new, young bark.
Oh, okay.
And it's called smooth patch. So
That makes sense.
It makes sense. When you look at it, you go, oh, yeah, that's probably smooth patch. So that's what I'm guessing. Does that sound like what's happening?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, that was easy, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, the disappointment is that he was going to worry about it and have a drink to think about it. Now it'll be hard to justify the drink.
Just have a
It's-
drink.
it's-
Well, he can celebrate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Good thinking, Milton.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
All right,
Bye,
thank
Jeff.
you.
Yeah.
That'll free up a line at 210-308-8867. So, Calvin, what was your experience with Sedgehammer? What were you looking at when you started using it? Set it up again.
Set it up.
Sedge is everywhere, of course, in the
bane of many gardeners.
Yeah, the issue with it is that it pulls relatively easy, but you don't accomplish anything when you pull it because it's got loose little bulbs, and they're up quick. They're up again, and so what quite often happens is if you've got any kind of a garden that's watered, or when we've had the rain, then the sedge comes up, and the Sedgehammer is a strange kind of herbicide. You could get it in a little packet, and it's like a prescription drug without a prescription, you know. And you just get a gallon of water and you put it in there and mix it in well, and then you spray those sedge, and you just I moaned and groaned about it, and Trace has a real advocate for it, and he's had good experience with it. So he finally convinced me to give it a try, and I went ahead and sprayed it, and now it's been about a week, and up until 2 days ago, I didn't see any response. Now suddenly I can see almost exactly where I sprayed on the sedge. It's even though they're big weeping plants, they're showing a color change. Now that doesn't indicate, that doesn't mean that they'll for sure kill them, but it sure is a positive. The other thing about it was that in the internet it says that. In the label, the label didn't mention the roses, but in the internet, said that one of the neatest things about Sedgehammer was that you could spray it in a lot of flower situations without affecting
damaging
the broadleaf. And I used it in a rose bed.
Yeah.
And so far, I haven't seen any reaction from the roses.
Wow, he's willing to really roll the dice on that.
Oh, gosh.
You're going to throw it in a rose bed.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I'm hoping that the story will continue, but it's very, the prediction, it talked about 7 to 14 days to see.
Oh, okay. So you've
really
got the 7.
Yeah, action. And it is at least as effective and as quick acting, decisive acting as the turfgrass. So like the post and fusillade and the herbicides that we use for Bermuda grass that are invading the shrubs and the perennial gardens. So anyhow, it is so far the predictions for its act and effectiveness have come true.
Good.
So we'll continue following it.
Yeah, I know you were apprehensive. Isn't the right word? You
I didn't.
You were a little. There was a slight bit of skepticism.
Yeah, and I was a little worried that I'd have big tears in my eyes if my roses went down.
Well, the good. I'm glad.
But that is strange. It's a product that's about $30 for that little piece of 1 gallon solution, but
and a quart of blood.
And it is not
$30 and a quart of blood.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
You do not. The
blood drive is coming up. So
the label says you do not store it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Mix
you
1 gallon, and you use it up.
Okay.
And it also says, I haven't seen any, I tried it on the pigweed too. It also says that it has an impact on pigweed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So far, the pigweed reaction is not the same as the
sedge.
Well, a selection of pigweed was the royal food of the Aztec emperors.
I didn't know that. Which
It's
selection?
amaranth.
Oh,
There's a royal amaranth.
I'm going to look up pigweed.
Well, it's a biblical
Oh, yeah,
plant,
that's
too.
it's also.
We don't talk much about pigweed.
Well,
But everybody knows that they're driving up to a corner on a kind of a neglected lot
Oh,
or sidewalk, and there it is, big and tall and standing,
and
saying to the whole world, "Hi, I'm pigweed, trying to kill me."
sounds like Pigpen from.
And it's kind of a
Peanuts.
satisfying weed to pull out as long as you get that pulling out when it's 3 feet or less.
Yeah. When it's smaller.
When it crosses that 3 feet line, it's pretty stubborn, and so you either use a strong string mower or you use pruning shears to get it under control.
Or a small skid steer, or
Small what?
skid steer, and the little backup bobcat.
Oh. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Prolific weed is how it's described.
Well, it depends on who
Pigweed is a
describes
common
it.
name for several closely related summer annuals that have become major weeds of vegetable and row
Major
crops.
Forbes.
Oh, okay. It just says weed.
One man's weed is another man's forb.
Okay. It says, is pigweed toxic to humans? Critical signs include weakness. How are you feeling, Calvin?
I don't eat it.
You don't need it.
Okay.
I feel pretty weak after I've been trying to pull it and string mow it.
How are your pasterns?
My pasterns?
I don't even know what pasterns are.
No, sounds like a biblical term.
This is great. This is from ScienceDirect.com. Okay. Knuckling of pasterns. Are your pasterns knuckling?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Recumbency. Are you feeling any recumbency?
I'm not sure about that either.
No, it's like
If it's a positive thing, I
don't
hope I'm
know.
not missing it.
paralysis and coma.
Oh,
Okay, that I know.
I'm not feeling that.
Those ones I know.
Well, it does say 1 to 2 days. Okay, good. It's been long enough.
Now,
We'll
you
see.
know it. A good tool for dealing with pigweed once it gets beyond 3 feet is a sharp machete.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Pigweed's scary.
Oh, gosh, yeah, it can be. It's got big
yeah.
stems.
Yeah.
Ragweed too.
Death
That's
occurs
also
within
good
1 to
with
2
it.
days of onset of signs. Gross lesions of pigweed toxosis include widespread edema
Yeah.
around the kidneys and other places. So, yeah. Okay,
edema,
let's
swelling.
get rid of that pigweed.
So how does it relate to eating it?
I don't know. Don't eat it.
I said it's related to amaranth. Is related to it. I didn't say it was.
Well, it is an amaranth, isn't
Yeah.
it? And there's a lot of different pigweeds.
Oh, okay.
We've got in the typical
Yeah, we got
San
about-
Antonio area neighborhood,
yeah,
you
we
probably
about
got
3 or 4.
3 or 4,
Yeah,
yeah,
at
or
least.
maybe even 5 or 6.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Yeah, who is this one? I don't know who this one is. So anyway, all right. So read up on pigweed.
I was going to say back to radio.
Yes, back to radio. No more pigweed talk. We're allergic to it. So we got to take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Or come on by Millburgers at 1604 on Boulevardy Road. It's kind of overcast today. At least the clouds are blocking the sun. I think we got a 20% chance of showers.
Yes, we do.
So that would be nice. But all right, 210-308-8867. More in a moment on Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our phone number 210-308-8867. Hey, I hope you had a great Father's Day, and I hope to get that great Father's Day. One of the things you did was zip over to Pruski's Market. I'm going to be there on Monday. You can come say hello to me. Visiting with Edmund, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to go get all kinds of stuff that I'll enjoy. Pruski Market is absolutely great. I mean, if you are looking for that old-fashioned meat market experience with high-quality meat and high-quality service, then Pruski's Market is the place to go. It's on Highway 87 in Atkins, Texas. You will find outstanding cuts of beef, poultry, you'll find outstanding cuts of, I guess if you have a cut of sausage, of pork. You'll find heat and eat products like the pinwheels are just sitting there ready for you to take home to heat and eat. You won't be disappointed. It's absolutely wonderful.
Ducks, rabbits.
Yep.
Everything that you might want.
Yeah.
Or if they don't have it on hand, they'll find it for you.
Yep. So get on over to Pruski's. Head on over there today if you can. It's on Highway 87 between 1604 and 410. And they've got, like I said, it's I like the fact that you're actually going and you can talk to people. It's very personal experience. You're talking to the butcher. You're talking to the person behind the counter who's going to serve you. You're not just grabbing a pack and something and leaving. And I think that makes a big difference. So Pruski'sMeatMarket.com is the place to look.
So they don't, when they see you coming, everybody doesn't run and hide, huh, Milton?
No, they're very welcoming.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, yeah, Pruski's Market. Pruski'sMeatMarket.com. All right, 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Well, I think we've ended the pigweed and sedgehammer stories, right?
Well, unless we got some of our listeners call.
Yeah, we'd love that. Call us with your own pigweed stories. Or
well, it looks like our supply of lantanas has been renewed.
Yep,
wow.
The Gold Star. Where do you see?
Well, all three. We have three big rows. We have the Gold Star. We have the trailing lantanas, and we have some of the more upright, bushy ones. Dallas Red and some other.
And just guess what one of the topics in my article is today?
What?
Lantanas.
Oh,
what?
You planned this,
That's
Milton.
crazy.
Yeah. You planned that, didn't you?
Camara, and I don't talk about all of the selections there, but I talk about the yellow gold and the native and Camara, which is naturalized, and there's a lot of debate whether they're hybridized everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
And as such, they're invasive, but I believe you're right. They are hybridized with some of the native ones to create a different selection, subspecies, hybrid.
They're about 3 feet tall everywhere, and with a lot of blooms, and of course our hummingbirds and our butterflies and bees are taking advantage of them as a nectar source too. They look good.
Oh, and speaking of butterflies, you weren't here, but it was kind of fun. The CEO of the Arboretum San Antonio, Adriana.
Yeah.
Or no, is that right?
Angelica, or is it Adriana?
I think it's Adriana.
Okay.
Call. Yeah. What's that?
Call, please.
Yes. And
anyway.
So she was kind of picking up stuff, and I introduced her to the phlox, the Fanic phlox, and she liked it. And she goes, "Oh, and look at that monarch." And I thought, "Oh, Calvin, it's mocking Calvin." So she saw a monarch here, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, what Milton's talking about is that there's a debate on whether all the monarchs are migrants or if some of them just hanging out. And it's pretty obvious, I think, the last few days that we're still getting some migrant hatches here. I guess we should have asked Mary about that, too.
Oh, about the butterfly?
Yeah, about a certified butterfly garden, because it looks like it doesn't look like these monarchs that we saw have been a long migration. They look pretty.
They look pretty fresh.
Yeah, and so that's an issue. The other issue was that the monarchs are moved north. Most of the ones that migrate, and so we'll probably see the migrating ones back in the fall in September and October. And so you want to be prepared.
Oh yeah. So when will they kind of?
Well, September and October will be back, and you want to have some milkweeds available if you want to be them to be able to nest. I did an article And I think one of the, maybe it was a Q&A, we're asking about what's the deal on the tropical milkweed?
Okay. Oh, that's the.
Yeah, should they? Is it a problem or is it an asset? And of course, I didn't give a very strong answer. I said yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it depends on which researcher you talk to, and we talked about, and I think Mark and I and Milton have kind of assumed the strategy or the compromise that for tropical milkweed, grow it and use it as a nectar source for sure. Use it as a egg-laying site, especially in the spring. And also you could use it in the fall, but you may want to prune it back to basically ground level about October 1st. I don't know, Mark, are you at October 1st, or where are you at? What date?
Oh, yeah, somewhere in the first 2 weeks of October.
Yeah. So what we're talking about there was we don't want to delay the migrating monarchs in the fall from leaving for their winter grounds, because last year, for example, they stayed in Minnesota and Michigan till really late into the fall because the weather was so nice. And then suddenly, of course, the weather
hanging out with Bert.
The weather got turned into winter.
You can't hear?
And they had to try.
I can't understand you. Okay.
And the other thing is that if the monarchs lay eggs, then that generation dies. Those parents die. So there's a lot of folks that would prefer to have the migrating group that comes through San Antonio just fill up with nectar. And so have lots of zinnias and have lots of lantanas and salvias and mist flowers and all the other Ruellia, Turk's cap, all those other ones so they can get filled up and they can make a successful run down to the wintering ground near Mexico City. And then they'll be ready. That same generation will be coming back in the spring.
And they'll be already ready to go, pretty much. Flowering and providing both the leaves and the nectar. That's
right. Tropical milkweed is quite a plant, very attractive, and a favorite. I'm pretty sure that if you had made a choice, the monarchs had to make a choice. They would pick tropical milkweed.
Yeah, it's been I think at least my research, my experience, and your research, that they do love that tropical milkweed.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Milberger's has it available. I think we still have some here. Did you hear me? I turned to look and see, and then I realized that Milton was going to slap me up the side of the head.
He's never been slapped. Does. He just doesn't seem to understand that if you don't talk into the mic, no one can hear you. It must be an A&M thing.
Technically, I'm old, and I grew up in farm country, where we used hand dug holes and things like that. Okay, so
Thank
do we
you
have?
For sharing that.
Let's see what we have.
Good for you.
All right, now he's got it. He's looking. I don't see any in where we usually keep the milkweeds. Maybe they've moved them around.
Yeah, I was looking. I don't see them.
We got porterweed over there.
Yeah. We got lots of amount.
I think
the English is not coming out well.
They're I think are
they're way on the other side.
Yeah, right behind you, Mark. Following, if you follow the porch over there.
You see the milkweed?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, good. So we got that. So we were talking about perennial hibiscus. Are any of the pollinators like the big flower on the perennial hibiscus?
I suspect that some of them will stop there, but it's not a. And of course, the the flowers only last a day.
Okay, and I got to give a shout out to Laura Bush petunias. Considering it was basically
Dead.
yes, it was
Trampled.
basically dead and just
Abused.
folded on the ground. Well, it got too much. It got too wet, so it rotted. And so I found a little sliver that I kind of saved and put in the ground, and now it's got 2 blooms on it. It's got 2 stems coming up. That plant is tough.
Well, and it also, I didn't really appreciate how much the pollinators like it. I've got it on my porch with the porterweed and the mistflower and the zinnias, and they're just as likely, the butterflies and the bees and the hummingbirds are just as likely to stop in the petunias as they are all those plants too. So it means you got even more choices for pollinators and for nectar sources. Yeah, there I can see.
You got them now?
I can see
Good.
the tropical milkweed well now, right behind Mark.
Good deal. So we got it, and we got a few zinnias.
A
We got
few?
a few zinnias in front of us.
Well, okay.
So I was sarcasm.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm much like Dr. Sheldon Cooper. Sometimes
Yes.
I miss the sarcasm.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking and see. I saw a beautiful job a landscaper, I don't know who did it, or maybe they just did it themselves, did with a bed in front of an apartment complex using the vincas. And they did all the colors, and they put them in a pattern. It was really very pretty, and they were coming up, and they're bushing out. They're getting bushy, but they're real pretty. So you
Full
can do a
sun.
lot with vincas. Yeah, very full sun.
And that's the key. They really do enjoy and thrive in the full sun.
Yeah. And the key seemed to be, too. I mean, this was a big area. It was probably about 10 by 12. But it was just using all the colors and creating a pattern with them. So where can you find out how to do that yourself? I know there are good books out there. Does Greg's book kind of cover that? How you could
Yeah.
how you could fill a bed with...
Well, I think, though, Greg.
Greg Grant.
Greg Grant is really great book, designing your landscape. Does it in such a way that he gives you the process and then lets your own your own artistic design come through. But he gives you all the pieces. You just maybe have to put the puzzle together.
Well, but he, of course, is wonderful on his knowledge of plants, too, so that helps. On the vinca, one advantage of the vinca, of course, is that the deer don't eat it.
Right.
But you'd probably want vinca... You'd probably want other things with vinca.
Oh, you think? Now, this didn't have other things, though, but yes.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily a long season.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but yeah. But sometimes I've seen it in commercial places they don't really care.
August.
You hit the term commercial.
Yeah.
Like I said, commercial operations like to clean out the whole thing. Plant whole thing
each time, yeah.
Start fresh and then let it go to a certain point and then start all over again.
And I suspect that situation that Milton described is one of those. I'll bet that the heavy rains took out whatever was there.
And it's to the end of the season for your early plants, your early
and they went to the nursery and said, wow, here's something that'll work.
Yeah.
It'll carry us through until Thanksgiving.
Now, Calvin and I, we as things go away, or as things are not performing like snapdragons.
Yeah, poor snaps.
We may take those out and replace them slowly with other plants.
Yeah, the poor snapdragons.
Rather than a wholesale landscaping demolition.
My poor snapdragons. They're still trying.
Are they really?
Yeah, and I got to take a picture of the whopper that we had in a container.
Yeah, I got a few lingering, but it's basically accident. Mostly I've replaced them with zinnias and vincas.
Okay, 210-308-8867, 8867, the number to call to be a part of the show. We want to hear from you. What's going on in your gardening world? I don't think we got any rain, so we don't need rain reports on Sunday, did we? It rained a little yesterday morning.
No. You know what I'd like to hear?
What would you like to hear?
I was looking a little bit at the topic this morning. I have predicted that there will be some fungi among us.
Oh.
And I just want to hear if anybody else has the problem. I've seen some. I had some on my squash, and some on my tomatoes, but then again, it could be spider mites. So does anybody have any experience, any large patches, brown patches, black patches on their plants and vegetables?
Okay.
Well, of course, the rust on the snapdragons, that we would expect.
Yeah.
Now, the zinnias, that first dose of zinnias that we planted, when did we plant those? In March, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
They took it on the chin.
Some of my neighbors down in downtown took it on the chin, too, with their zinnias. That's all. Half the zinnia plant is in flower, and half of it is brown and dead, leaves hanging down. So.
Oh, man.
But you can do like that. That's why we recommended to Milton and other gardeners is go ahead and seed some zinnias so that you've got a new crop coming up, and they're blooming. The California Giants and.
Yeah, what's the best way for me to take a picture so you can see what I have? Is it from a top up, top down, or side looking that way, or
of what?
Zinnias. I was bragging about and thanking Calvin for that little mailbox patch of zinnias I have. They're going crazy.
Yes.
Apparently they like the rain.
Yeah.
And so they're going nuts.
And the sun, yeah.
Yeah. So he said, "Do you have California Giants?" And I went,
I'm suspecting yes, because
okay.
I bet a lot of people have California Giants from the seed packets.
So what would I? How would I take what's the best way to take the picture? Top down or side on?
I don't know. It's usually the zinnia flowers are so showy that it's not tough to figure.
Well, but I was trying to show you the height.
Frankly, I compromise 3/4.
Or I can take 2 pictures.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
3/4.
Okay.
Up. Not very top. Not side, but.
Now he didn't have trouble, Mark, taking pictures 17 times to verify that they were actually zinnias growing from seed. Are you sure these are zinnias?
Yeah, I know.
Are you sure these are
Calvin was right. They were.
I experienced the Sinisa several weeks ago.
Oh, man. Poor Mark was getting every Sinisa picture. Look
at this one. Look at this one.
They were so outstanding. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was probably the best.
Yeah.
The best Sinisa example we've seen in several years.
Yeah.
And the prediction was very accurate.
Yeah, we got a little rain. All right.
Sure.
We're going to take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. Mark wants you to call in with your fungus issues.
Yeah.
but just on trees.
I'm sure that'll excite all the gardeners.
Yeah. But yes,
brown spots.
We just FYI, so you know to be specific, someone did walk up to Calvin last week and started the conversation by going, what do you recommend for toenail fungus? I don't know how you helped him. We'll find out after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, talking about fungus, talking about plants, talking about what's going on. I guess even with the rain that we got, one of the biggest challenges is still the heat and... What?
Look at here.
I'm not even looking.
It's our monarch butterfly. Just stop by.
I think he just says that. He can't really tell.
And he knows we're not going to know.
Yeah.
There, look at that beauty. Oh, gracious.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Oh,
gardening?
I forgot. Something like that, yeah.
Hey, we talk about, I think I mentioned in my article that we're still in the strong season in terms of our summer annuals, and we got all these begonias here, looking good. A lot of the 3 or 4 different foliage colors and 3 or 4 different bloom colors, and then Mark, help me, or Milton, on the foliage, the plant right there on the corner, the 2 colors. That is the
Mexican
foliage.
heather?
Huh?
Not the lantana or the Mexican heather?
No, though, up on the table there.
On the table.
Right there. Right where...
Caladium?
Yeah, some caladiums.
Caladiums.
Okay.
Caladiums, not canis.
Yeah.
Caladiums.
Yeah. So those caladiums are really showy. And
so they're on the shaded areas, so that gives you a hint of where they should go.
Yeah.
And these are the pink-dominated and the silver-dominated colors. I don't know if these... I don't think these are... well, they may be a little bit sun tolerant too, but this time of the year it's best to put them in shade.
Yeah, but there's a lot of variety we have over there. So I think on the other side some begonias, not the whoppers,
No,
but
poor
the
Calvin.
begonias even so.
Did you ever do clippings of your whoppers? I did some of mine.
I
You
did 18.
Oh my goodness!
I was, let's see, I had 25, I think, last year. And
Oh my goodness!
So,
Did you have a question? Can we ask it on the air? Come on the air with us here.
Right.
You got the microphone. Take that, and you'll be on the air. And I'm
Yeah.
betting there's a picture on your phone that you want to show us. Oh, I thought you were
no.
holding it like you were getting ready. Talk in the mic. There you go. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hey, I got trumpet vine, cross vine as a hedge around the property.
which one? Both?
I bought them here. They just called them cross vines.
Okay, cross vines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The big orange flower.
Yes.
Now,
yeah.
the reason I ask, because my article next week is about vines, and we talk both about trumpet vine and cross vine.
I've seen some beautiful trumpet vine. Which one has the orange blooms? Is that your cross?
Trumpet vine.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Adam Galen is the one we see.
Yeah.
They've been planted now for about 6 years, doing great. My neighbors started to die plant by plant coming across. All the leaves turned brown, and shrubs died. And it's now coming across my backyard.
And that's cross vine?
It's
What color are the flower?
kind of an orangish pink.
In the spring?
It's blooming right now.
Okay, that may be trumpet vine. Then.
Yeah. The cross vine has got the kind of the reddish foliage, and the most of the blooming goes on in spring.
Yeah, foliage isn't red. It's nice dark green leaves.
Okay. Is it an aggressive vine that takes off?
It's growing on a like a chicken wire fence, and it goes up. The fence goes up about 6 foot, and it fills in very thick and dense.
Okay. The trumpet creeper, when anybody mentions that, I remember the one in my peach orchard, and I had 40 acres, and it went around, followed the fence all the way around from one corner to the other corner.
Oh, good. You do have a picture.
I think I might. Let
Okay,
me,
good.
go
All right, you
on.
look for that.
Well, I was going to say, here we go. Here's the book.
Oh, okay.
Always go to the books.
We got. All right, he's looking for it now. See if he has a picture of it. But it sounds like one of them would be blooming now and one of them wouldn't.
Well, yeah, cross vine will have a few blooms now.
Yeah, it's spring, and it's a massive spring bloom.
Oh, okay.
And then
Now it's also easier to predict cross vine if there's either a lack of water or an excessive amount of water. It's a little harder to predict why trumpet vine would be.
If you look across the back fence behind the
Oh, show Mark too. Calvin, can you see it?
See how it's all coming up on the right side? It's all lush and green, and you look across the back, and it's just dying.
I think it's that's got to be trumpet. It's not. I don't think it's crossvine. Let Mark look at it.
Yeah, here, Mark, you want to? Whoa, sorry.
Is that?
Yeah.
What?
That what?
But
We have to take the glasses off.
tell us how it's dying. Is it
The leaves start turning orangish brown, and then it slowly, the leaves drop, and it's just brown stem, and then it doesn't grow back.
there is no spraying?
No.
Herbicide of any kind.
My neighbor thought that because his house with the crossvine on the street side died off about 2 years ago. And then I just slowly watched it coming across the back of his, and now it's onto my property, and he's just killing it off. And across the street, one of the guys is losing his also.
How about
Now the only thing I can say is, tell me where the shade is on their yard. Does it match up with the dead areas?
No, that's not shaded.
Okay. The most. I was wondering whether the most shade is where the most dead is.
No, it's,
Okay,
it's
okay.
freestanding, no shade at all throughout the day.
any chance is getting all those sites you talked about getting too much water?
That's my next one.
Trumpet creeper is very, very drought tolerant.
Yeah. So is it getting more water than once a week?
Yeah, because the lawn's being watered twice a week.
I would check that out. See, any chance that was
And here's another one. Do you have in-ground sprinklers? All right. Do they hit the crossvine? Does the spray
it's
large enough, far enough to hit the crossvine?
It's not hitting that area of the crossvine.
It is or it is not?
It's
not a crossvine.
Yeah, there goes that one.
It's not a crossvine though.
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was increasing the dampness on the leaves, which would induce a fungi. A fungi mode.
All right.
Trumpet creeper.
How do we help him? Trumpet creeper, not crossfire.
Crossfire. I'm a trumpet creeper. Thank you.
I would do some exploration on that water situation. Trumpet creeper is not the trumpet creepers I know, the ones that are most aggressive.
Right, and that's always our worry about trumpet creeper.
Yeah, they are take advantage of the water that's available and very drought tolerant. And they kind of if there's a high demand on water, they generally survive the best of whatever they're competing with. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, especially if you got your landscape looks nice and lush. There.
So we think it's too much water.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
long, but it's it's a typical kind of reaction, taking it a long time to decline, and it's kind of consistent with that whole history of in your neighborhood.
No disease comes to mind.
Okay, thank you.
Right at this point in time, so there is nothing you can really do about it. My guesses would be a fungi on the leaves or a fungi in the roots, because it seems to be creeping slowly from one area to another, which is always indicative of some kind of root disease.
Yeah, I think it's a root problem.
There's nothing I can do with.
No.
Okay.
Well, you can explore your water situation.
Yeah, you can explore that, and then if you want, try a little sulfur, horticultural sulfur on that. Be careful, it's sulfur. It burns.
Yeah.
Okay. I say that because I was looking at organic fungicides, and that's 19th century. That's going way back in the machine. the Wayback Machine. But you could try a little bit of that.
Okay, appreciate it.
So, but that's what it looks like. I mean, when you describe it, mortality moving from one area to another, boy, that sounds like a root disease. Well, how do you increase the likelihood of a root disease? Overwatering.
Well, not necessarily overwatering for everything, but for trumpet creeper.
Yeah, it's funny because there is a caveat. We're always, when we recommend trumpet creeper, it's a caveat. It is extremely aggressive. Make sure you limit it to the area you're going to use it.
Okay.
That's just the caveat we always put with it.
All right, we need to take a break. Y'all keep talking, but we're going to be back in a moment. 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up on The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. Mark's still helping that gentleman out. 210-308-8867 is the number to call, or like that gentleman, you can come on and visit us in person. Bring that picture with you. Ooh, that man's getting a Fennec phlox. Good for him. I got one last Sunday, and it's still doing great. It's just blooming up a storm, and it smells wonderful. And yep, I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah, it's a nice plant.
Okay. Yes, it is. All right. Hey, I know you. Good. How are you doing? You got a gardening question?
I do.
You want to come on the air with us? You've been on the air before, I think.
Maybe. How are you doing, Calvin?
Good.
I'm fine.
Do you remember me, Eileen, from
Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah, we were on the show.
Oh, hello.
Hello. What's going on, Eileen?
I thought you were on a break.
No. What's up?
So
you and your pup.
Yeah, this is Argentina, and she is anxious to do everything. But right now I'm trying to find out about oak sprouts that have taken over my yard.
What are they?
They're little oak tree sprouts.
Oh. They at the base? Are they at the base of the live oaks?
They're at the base and most of the canopy on the ground, yeah. I've got a picture if you want it.
Sure, that'd be good.
We can predict what it'll be, because if you've got in our soil, or shallow soils, if you got live oaks, not every live oak tree, but almost seems like one in every yard has a lot of those seedlings coming up.
Yeah.
They're not seedlings. They're
Did the rain? Hey, you think the rain helped?
That's why they're bigger.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, it's like it happened after the drought and the freeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've lived there for 10 years, and they were fine for 5 years.
Yeah. Just mow. The best you can do is just mow them down. Don't put any herbicide on them.
That'll kill the tree?
Well, they won't kill the tree, but they potentially will injure the tree.
Okay.
So
that's what I was wondering, too.
Just mow. Mow is about the only thing we can do. Mine, I mowed yesterday with the string mower, and that's for the first time they were about 2 feet tall. Usually they stay about 8 inches tall.
6 or 8 inches. They completely took over my Asian jasmine bed.
Oh, wow.
Like 3 by 15 feet in front of the house.
Well, the good news on that is that they quite often look the same, except when they've got all that water.
Right, and they're taller.
Yeah. Well, I would go ahead and manage it like it's still the Asian jasmine. You probably could get away with mowing even lower, because I think the jasmine will come back too.
Well, I applied for and I'm about to do that water saver program.
Yeah.
And so I, paced off 200 square feet, and my house is a garden home, a tiny yard. And so the biggest place I have 200 square feet contiguous is in the area between the sidewalk and the street. and I have 2 long plots like that. So it's a toss-up whether I do that or if I did it closer to the canopy of the oak, because that gets bad afternoon sun, that part of the yard, even though it's under the canopy. Which would be better for that?
For the program, I think
Yes.
they'll accept
Yes.
either one.
No.
Yeah, I would take one that you think is the most attractive for your landscape and the easiest to manage. Mm-hmm. And I suspect that saws will accept either one of those.
Okay.
But the only strategy really that we have on those oak suckers is to mow them down.
Okay.
And if the fact that they're with the Asiatic jasmine, is the jasmine declined before?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, the jasmine will eventually win that.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, if you just manage that site as if it's jasmine, and then you should be able to also control the live oak.
Okay. And so aside from the Asian jasmine bed, which is over here, and the oak trees right here, I've got oak sprouts all around. Should I continue to water that? Don't water it at all there.
Well, unless you're watering your big oak tree.
Should I water the big oak?
I don't water the big oaks, but if you're a forester like Mark, he talks about watering the big oaks.
He does.
Yeah.
I'll listen to him. Okay.
Yeah, but you can water the big oaks by just letting the hose and do it. You don't have to do it very often. Like you do it once or twice a summer, a deep watering.
Oh, okay.
When we have a dry period, and especially if you're not seeing any bad symptoms.
So I could put the little Rainbird sprinkler, not the sprinkler system, but the one you attach to your hose that spins around. Mm-hmm. I could put that right at the base.
You could, but the saws would prefer you just use just
lay the hose down for what, like half an hour
or longer. If you're doing it once a month in the summertime, you just do it out there every half hour for 2 hours.
Okay.
But you only have to do it once a month.
There you go.
Once a month, water it half an hour or more.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it should do fine.
All right. It's good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And talk about...
what did your dog vote?
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us about your experience with the pup, because you have a special pup, don't you?
Well, she's special to me. I don't know how special she is.
Is she a foster?
She was a foster.
Are you a foster fail?
I'm a foster fail. The minute I picked her up, I was like, this is my dog.
Good deal.
And she's a schnauzer or a schnoodle. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because she came from a questionable background. We don't know what she is.
That's okay.
Well, we know she's boss girl.
She is. Are you good at
I also have to compliment you. This morning is the first time I ever saw those on your arms.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
And I thought it was fabulous. I had some gardening friends who love those.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea too. It's not a long sleeve shirt, but it's protecting from the hands.
They're called sleeves.
Okay.
And I like them because these ones go over my hand. I kind of wish they went to the ends of the fingers, because I was using like opera gloves.
Oh yeah.
And I use them mostly for driving. My dog wants to meet you.
Oh okay.
Well, I know.
Okay.
Oh, you're inside. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
But anyway, so these are specifically called garden sleeves, and I just got them online.
I thought, yes.
So is that what this is too? Is garden sleeves?
No, it's not garden sleeves. But
you have a different color.
Unprotected garden sleeves.
I'm trying to pretend it's an attractive sun area, but I guess it's not.
No, that's a great idea. You just got those online? You got them locally? Or okay.
I got them online.
Oh, good.
I think you can find them locally, but I'm not one to
we'll have to ask
run around from store to store looking.
Okay, well, we'll have to ask if we got them here. That's a great idea because, it's protecting you from... I did a bunch of stuff in the yard, and now I got all these itchies on my arm, and so that would have helped.
Yeah, I don't think it protects against insects.
No.
Bites.
Mine is just from plants and
mostly
touching
sun,
the plants.
Yeah.
Mostly sun itchies.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're right on the string mower. That did you? You didn't use string mower.
I did not use a string.
Oh, okay. If you use string mower, you get covered.
Oh.
If he uses a string mower, I have to take him outside behind the woodshed.
Well, thank you, Eileen. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, I appreciate it. Y'all take care.
You
Mark,
too.
I'm Eileen. It's a pleasure.
Hi,
Pleasure to
Eileen.
meet you.
All right. You
Let us know what you decide on your
Sprouts.
your process, your project, and your.
Oh, the water saver thing?
Yeah.
I will.
Because that'll be a question that a lot of people will be faced with, I think.
Okay.
Will you send me his email?
Send it to me, Milton at KLUP, and I'll forward it. Or he can,
Because I used to administer that program.
All right.
So.
210-308-8867 is our number. Like Eileen, you can come by and ask your gardening question in person, and we love when you come with your dog. So bring your pup to Milberger's with you. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. The number to call. Yeah, you were continuing to help that guy. Did anything new come out of that?
So we looked at additional pictures, and then at one shot, it looked like a variation on Carolina Desmond. The flowers were kind of an orangey color. I went, oh, look at it. Maybe it's Carolina Desmond. Well, the thing with Carolina Desmond is they don't like extremes, drought or wet. And I thought, well, maybe that was it. But then he showed another picture, and I was like, clearly trumpet vine.
You know, I didn't even think of this, but both of those plants were in that first picture. That Carolina Jasmine seemed like that was the front, and then our trumpet creeper was the one who was kind of behind with the blooms and the foliage.
There may be a mixture, and that may be it. Here's the thing: it started in the neighbor's yard. The mortality of the vines started in the neighbor's yard 2 years ago, and it's slowly moving over into his yard.
Right.
Boy, howdy, does that sound like a root disease?
Oh.
You know, that landscape was quite lush.
Yes. And so there, you and I both saw that, and that always indicates to me a possible disease.
Oh,
here's your soil sulfur.
Yeah. So
right.
try that one.
Okay. Now,
We are looking at two variation of products for. I'm going to do that. I'm doing soil. That one is on plants. You dust that.
Alrighty.
And that one also gets in the dusting one gets all over. The agricultural one is better.
Thank you.
So he was going to use some sulfur on my advice. That is an old-timey fungicide.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a dustable and a soil. Use the soil. The dustable one is good, but it is sulfur. If you have moisture on you or near you, and the dust gets on you, that's sulfuric acid, folks.
Ew. That's not good.
And you tend to use the dust on things like roses.
In the old days, we all used sulfur on roses.
So it was the only thing we had. There are some wonderful things that came out of the 1940s and 50s.
Okay.
Just saying.
210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. We got another pup over here. Bigger pup.
That could be a cousin to Parker.
Yeah, it could be a cousin to Parker. I think it might even be.
It is.
It's Parker.
It's Parker.
Parker the plant pup. Yay. Hi, Parker. Yeah, we love Parker. Parker comes over and gives us some advice, and if we have questions on plants and puppies, we ask Parker. But Parker's a big pup. Like a golden... What is Parker? Golden... Yellow lab. Yellow lab. Yeah.
Well, he's golden to you.
And we're still waiting to get some figs from people to make our jam.
But it's obvious, too, that Parker feels he has responsibility for the whole nursery. He's got to check out
He's kind of watching for trouble.
All the staff and all the plants.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Does he like the water puddles?
Yeah.
Good for you, Parker. All righty. What's Parker getting today?
He got
Coleus and
moss rose.
Moss rose. Oh, moss rose is pretty.
And I needed a
few more of the
potato vines.
the sweet potato vines. Yeah, I've seen those around town too. Those look great. Is this sweet potato vine season?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hotter the better.
Huge bed.
What's that?
Hotter the better.
Now,
The hotter the better. Okay.
I have a huge bed. Most of it.
Now if I was talking to him without a microphone, he'd be slapping me.
Do you want to come on the mic real quick? No, it's okay. Yeah, Calvin has visions of violence. Everything. Calvin's never been slapped. And I'll just let you stay off mic, Calvin. We just won't hear what you have to say. If you get that upset about it, we'll put Parker on. Yeah, give the mic to Parker.
Parker's busy.
Woof. Yeah. So, Parker, is it tough to grow magnolia here? Rough. I know it's kind of rough, but what do you think? No?
We have a magnolia.
Do you have a magnolia? Oh, good for you. Okay, Parker. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make that joke. All right. 210-308-8867. Okay. Cool. Thank you for coming by. I'll tell you what happens on the figs.
I got preserves.
Oh, you did get preserves. Oh, you made them?
I made them.
Oh, from figs?
The recipe.
Oh, because you have the figs.
I
Yeah.
made them.
Oh, very cool.
I tried your recipe.
Okay. I'll tell you how it goes. Hopefully tomorrow I'll know. Thank you. All right. 210-308-8867. Who recognized that as Parker? Was that you, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
All of a sudden I turned around and I went, that's Parker.
Yay. We like them. It's fun being out here at the nursery because we get visitors that we see each week. All right.
He's so personable.
Yes, Parker is kind of personable. I don't get to see Parker because he goes to you or Mark.
Yeah.
All righty. 210-308-8867. Let's take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. We have more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery, 1604 on Boulevardy Road on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867. Sandy, I believe, is on the line at 210-308-8867. What's going on, Sandy?
Yeah, on Bermuda grass, do y'all sell it in the package or in the patches?
Oh,
I missed it.
Bermuda
I'm sorry.
grass seed?
Bermuda
grass seed?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's seed and there's sod.
Okay.
So
Bermuda sod.
Yeah, we have a couple different kinds of seed.
Okay. Do you have the tift seed? You know
Tiff.
where it...
No.
it's like-
Tiff is in the sod.
okay.
They have a couple of short sterile, I think Zahara, and another one which Trace will remind me of in a moment. But the Tiff is available only in sod.
In the sod. Okay.
Yep.
I have the shade and sun both. Which would be the better of? And I can't do. I did do. What is it? The carpet grass. But then I overwatered it and killed it. So I thought, well, I'll just go with Bermuda now. Do I just rake the ground and throw out the seed and just water it every day?
No.
Sprinkle it lightly? Or
Bermuda needs full sun.
is there one that doesn't? Is there something you sell that doesn't take full sun?
Yeah, the St. Augustine.
But it still takes at least 6 hours of sun.
Yeah. I'm going to be out of luck.
Otherwise, you need a shade tolerant ground cover, Asiatic jasmine or dwarf ruellia, or.
Yeah, I've got that in the front, but the backyard just needs something. The one side I've got a lot of ligustrum that blocks out quite a bit of noise in the apartments behind me. So that blocks out some sun.
I hate ligustrum, so I would urge you to cut it down. But it does serve its purpose. So.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It serves its purpose, and it's hardy, and I've had it for 30 years. So I'm just thrilled to death, and I get it trimmed up, every few years in the alley and other things, and on my side of the fence also. But, well, nothing but ground cover, huh?
Try the grass. See how far the grass makes it.
I wouldn't waste.
Well, in the full sun area.
Oh, well, but she doesn't have the full sun.
Yeah, she had what she said. She had some sun and some shade, right?
Yeah.
So I would see how far it grows in, and then that's the area I would grow the shade tolerant ground cover.
Okay.
Just to determine where that is.
I just think, if you've had that, if you've gone through that already, it's a waste of resources and time to put more sod in there, and if it's not sun.
Oh well, I wasn't talking about sun. I was going to go seed in the sunny areas.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, good luck.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for
do y'all
calling,
have any? Do y'all have any Vincas up
Vincas
on sale or anything?
As a matter of fact, Mark, do we have any Vincas on sale?
Absolutely.
Okay, Mark's put them on sale.
Great.
Multi-colors.
Yep. The Cora
For
series in the
how much?
4-inch pot is 6 for $10.
Okay, great. All righty.
All right, we're going to see you in a minute, Sandy.
Probably.
Good. Wave at us. We'll know it's you.
Okay. All righty. Bye-bye.
Cool. Bye-bye. 210-308-8867. As Mark said before we came out of break, we need to talk a little bit more about Calvin's article. Very seriously. What do we need to talk about? What's going on?
Oh, well, Calvin covers a wide variety of heat blooming plants.
Oh, okay.
It's just basically, this is the serious bloom period in the summertime, and we just had that wonderful rains, and so there's lots of stuff out there blooming, in addition to the pigweed. It's just like the nursery here. The nursery is spectacular in terms of the blooms, lantana, the zinnias, and shrimp plant, and ruellia, everything. Oh, and that esperanza over there is blooming. But plumbago over there. But in the article, we talk about the wildflowers. There's some lingering wildflowers. The firewheel,
Mexican blanket.
Oh, and the little puffy, thistly purple thing.
The
bee balm.
Bee balm? Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I wouldn't want to say.
Yeah, that one, and actually with the rain, the coreopsis started
I was
blooming.
just going to say that. In fact, if you are growing the coreopsis in your yard with the rain, what are you going to have to do right now? Yeah, it's growing so much and so abundantly, you're going to have to deadhead that and cut it back.
Now, why didn't the rain lilies are we past the rain lily season? It didn't.
We have them in our yard.
Did it come up?
Yeah, they came up tremendously. But interesting.
Yeah, you're right, though. I don't see them in the same places I normally see them.
I don't either.
See, that's what I said. We had two neighbors. One had them and one didn't. So it was like really strange.
Yeah.
And they said, Mark, why is that? And I went, I don't know.
Wow. Pretty insightful.
Yes, I thought it was. But yeah, that's so.
It's only the middle of June. So it surprised me a little bit that I didn't see any rain lilies.
Maybe next month we get one rain shower, maybe two. We'll see them again.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they're so beautiful, but over the years I've had requests on how to get rid of them.
Oh, we get that all the time.
I was going to preface that by saying, and I'm sure you guys do or have had it over the years. I'm like, why? They go away.
Oh,
in
Calvin!
72 hours.
Calvin tried to explain how pretty they looked to the person that called, and they were having none of it. I want it gone. I want it gone now.
The golf course putting greens.
They wanted more of that.
That's another thing. Okay, yeah. You'd be surprised they use so many pesticides. It's surprising they even grow there.
The other wildflowers that are we've mentioned this a few times, the Ruellia.
Yeah.
They're blooming everywhere. And Salvia coccinea, both sun and shade. The blue curl is kind of at the end of its bloom, but there's a lot of seed heads out there. So that's, let's see what else. Oh, and then the lobelia. Lobelia is still blooming up a storm. So the wildflowers are going pretty strong. You got any of your wildflowers?
No. The bee balm was the last one.
Okay. That one is, bee balm is a good one. We had
it's pretty.
Yeah, we had a customer this morning that had a picture of the flower, bee balm, and
it's an interesting flower because it's like little purple flowers on a stem when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate little ones on the stem, and they're kind of cute. They look, you're right, a little thistly.
Yeah,
they're in every mix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they linger long.
Yeah, they linger a long time, and if you bruise them, what does it smell like? Lemon pledge. You bruise the leaves.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know.
It sounds like maybe he...
I don't quite understand.
You may not want to pursue that. At bruising those leaves. Yeah.
I'm just trying to still figure it out.
Maybe it's another Monarda.
Okay.
There's bee balm and lemon balm and.
So if you have, this kind of came up a minute ago. Oh, we got Bert on the line at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Hey, Bert, what's going on? Welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas.
Thank you. I have nothing to brag about. I've got about 10 BHN 968 tomatoes that are ripening. So I'm not bragging about that. But I would like to know, is it possible to read Calvin's articles online or something rather than taking a subscription on the San Antonio News? Is it published somewhere else?
Are they archived somewhere, your articles?
They are, of course, archived someplace, but that is the question of how we deal with those archived articles is still not answered. In the years past, we had a clear policy, but
I think Bert's. Are you experiencing that you get the firewall when you try to get them off of the website?
Yeah, and then they want you to take a subscription.
Yeah, you have to. You can't just get yours. You have to get a subscription to the My San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
I want free independent speech and information.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. Well,
yep, Bert agrees with you. It must be a Michigan thing.
I thought I'd try.
No.
Too bad.
Well, we will keep you informed if something changes. That's cool about your 968s, though.
Yeah, well, I've got 10 that are ripening, but I must admit I started the seeds in March. I couldn't wait. I had to try, but then it's too cold, so I couldn't put them outside. So they grow 2 feet tall before I can put them outside.
And where did you get those seeds from?
The old from Texas that I always kept, or maybe
so
from newer. Then You have tomatoes, and then you keep seeds.
Yeah, I was going to say. So tell us how you keep the
them.
seeds. We were talking about that. How do you collect the seeds from the 968s?
You cut them in half, and then with a spoon you take those the seeds out, put them in a glass with, well, not warm, lukewarm water, hand-warm water, and then you let that stand for a few days, and it starts fermenting. That takes care of the.
See, he's back at the fermentation.
He's back in Milton. Okay.
Yeah, you're back in me because I read something that said you had to get them to ferment.
Yeah,
so keep going.
The jelly stuff, what I've learned, has a germination inhibitor in it that prevents the seeds under normal circumstances to sprout prematurely, but wait for a year. So if you want to keep the seeds, you let them ferment, and then I put them on a, what do you call that? That's a spatter screen that my wife puts on the pan so that the pan doesn't spatter all over the stove. Mm-hmm. And I like that better than the paper because it always sticks to the paper. It's very hard to get off on a spatter screen or a fine sieve. And when they are dry after a few days, I put them in a little envelope or whatever. Not in plastic, I was told. In an envelope, I write on the envelope what it is because I learned from the past. Don't think I remember what's in this one. No. So, and then I put them in the fridge, in the vegetable section, or
in the crisper.
In the crisper, yes. I don't think that makes a whole lot of difference, but I keep them in the fridge and they stay good for years.
Yeah.
Oh, for years, cool.
Yeah, I know. That's just, I don't know why, but it's tradition. Put them in the crisper down below.
Okay.
Well, mine are blooming now.
Oh, yours are the 968s?
Yeah, I've got a few small tomatoes. So I'm looking forward. And the neat thing about mine are that they're in the midst of spider mites, but they aren't showing any spider mite symptoms so far.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
and
nice.
the other one that seems to be escaping the spider mites are the Ruby Crush.
Yeah.
So, okay, Bert, let's see if I got it. I'm going to take my tomatoes, going to cut them in half. I'm going to scoop the seeds out into a glass jar.
You cut them in half from left to right, where the top and the bottom are opposite on the counter, and then you cut them in half. I find that the easiest way to scoop with a little teaspoon.
So don't cut them from top to bottom, cut them from side to side.
Side to side, that's what I do. But everybody is different.
All right, and then you scoop out the seeds, right? Into a jar?
Makes sense.
Yes.
Fill the jar with warm water or just enough to cover the seeds, right?
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. An inch or 2 inches of water.
Oh, okay.
And then let it stand.
And then let it sit a few days. How do I know when it's fermented?
Well, you get a foamy layer on top, foam, on the water. I've got those canning, and then you pour the water out when it is foamy on the top and it looks kind of dirty, but over a sieve, never over the sink. I've learned that too.
Oh, is that because they're gonna fall into
they're
the
all
sink?
in the sink probably.
Oh, it smells?
And then no, it doesn't smell bad. And then I put them back in the jar and shake it a little bit, maybe rinse it again. Put them back in the jar and fill it up with fresh water. And then for a few days, be your own judge. See if there's no gel around the seeds anymore. It's fine.
Oh, cool.
Then let them dry.
I'm going to try, Bert. I got some tomatoes that I want to try to do it. So you will have to keep in touch, and I'll tell you how my tomato project is going.
So it's Bert, are you harvesting fruit?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think he is,
just
right?
Just a few. But I started too early. But I had to try, see if I can keep them alive. And they did inside. But then you plant them, and I lay them flat on the raised bed. And then after a day or two, the top of the plant goes up, and then I bury them horizontally in the soil because they were so long and leggy. But that works.
All right.
All right. I got a question for Bert.
Go.
All right. Are you having flashbacks with the weather to Helotes right now?
Yes.
Michigan's in a heat wave right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well.
See, at least you've experienced, you can tolerate for a while.
It's only 90.
Well, but they were talking about one of the issues was that a lot of folks don't have air conditioning.
Oh, because they don't generally need it now. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
I know when I moved here from the north, I didn't have air conditioning in my vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy, that didn't last long.
No.
That is the hardest place not to have air conditioning.
I had air conditioning. It was called roll-down windows. And I still rolled down the windows physically.
Yeah, in my Volkswagen, that little triangular window that you could turn, and then the wind comes in.
Oh, yeah. I had one of those in my Corvair.
Oh, you guys.
Thank you, Bert. Okay. So I'm gonna try it and tell you. I'll keep you informed each week. Okay.
Yeah, it does work. Promise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. Good. I'm glad.
Care.
All right. You too, man.
Thank you.
Bye, Bert.
All right. We got to take a quick. Yes, sir.
No, I was just going to say when we come back, we'll talk about it.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. 210-308-8867 is our number. 210-308-8867. James, you're up next on Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. Going to talk to Bert. Going to talk to James and then Rex. But first, we've got James on the line with a Mexican firebush question at 210-308-8867. What's going on, James?
Hey, let me make a comment real quick. I've never said it before, but I always enjoy y'all's bumper music. I don't know who puts that on, but it's always really good.
Oh, it's Al Cario. He's the bumper music
Al
guy.
does it.
Yeah.
I have to tell him. That's great. Hey, listen, as a side, during the first 30 minutes of your show, I got nearly a quarter-inch of rain out here.
What?
Caught me by surprise. Yeah, it was coming up. I came outside, and the skies were dark, so I pulled up the radar, and it was coming up the Medina-Atascosa County line, came straight to my backyard.
Yeah,
nice.
We're getting some interesting weather, sky in the clouds here.
So maybe we'll get some.
Yeah, that's hope.
Yeah, I sent a photo to Milton before I called. I've got a Mexican firebush that it's his first year in the ground, and it was doing well. Past couple of weeks or so, it started dying back on one part of the plant, and it's gotten progressively worse. And I sent a photo. I'm kind of wondering if I bought some bag mulch to put around it when it got hot and starting to warm up. And I'm wondering if there's something in that mulch because I'm fighting. If you could see in the photo, the weeds, there's a flat mat type weed, I guess, was in the mulch. I'm not sure if that maybe is contributing to it. I keep pulling this weed out by hand with a hoe, and I just can't get it under control. Do y'all think that weed?
My first reaction would be that firebush does not like 6 or 7 inches of rain.
No.
Is your sand? Your soil is well drained.
Sandy. It's sandy. It's sandy. Right.
All right. Well, that is the torment of every gardener. Well, at least in San Antonio, pretty much everywhere. That spurge, that flat, almost like a moss rose, but miniature. It's the first to come up. You have a bare patch. Spurge is the first to come up in the area. So
I wouldn't blame the spurge though on the firebush.
No. I'm just
because the firebushes traditionally are it can compete with almost anything. I've got it. It's in containers competing with one of the herb grasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't want to infer that. It's just that James didn't know what that weed was. And I went, it's a mighty spurge.
So that is spurge. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so it's been identified. So on that note, to Calvin's point, that same gross little plant or weed, whatever, is coming up in all my. I'm doing container gardening for the most part. It's coming up in all my containers. So it's getting out of hand. So is there a way to control it, or what do you recommend?
I've never thought of spurge in that.
No, it's like individual. It's like it's a nuisance. It's not a real kind of pest, if you will, like impacting the plant. Yeah, he wants to see it again.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll send you a picture.
But it's a nuisance. That's
But
right.
it's not harming the plants in the container or the fire.
Okay. It's just any kind of bare, empty soil, spurge is going to get in there.
Gotcha. It's coming up. This same bag mulch, I put it all around my Sweet Sensation honeysuckle, and it is just matting all over the mulch.
Yeah, I don't think it was in the mulch.
Now, what about this Bermuda grass? Now, that's a more serious weed.
Right. Now, what I did...
worried about the Bermuda.
Okay, now the Bermuda grass I had on the other side you can't see. I shot it with some weed killer, so it's brown on the other side, not in the photo. But on that other side, I didn't spray it because it was windy that day, and I kind of backed off that evening. It was windy.
All right, good.
Yeah. I didn't want to hit the plant. So what do you think about the Mexican firebush? Is it going to rebound, or should I cut that branch off that's going to be dead soon?
I'm trying to think of any kind of reported experience on firebush and sand.
No, I would say it's probably pretty good growing media. They're drought tolerant.
And very drought tolerant.
Yeah.
And competitive.
Yeah. So,
I would. How many plants have you got?
Well, I have this one in the ground, and I have two miniatures. I got them all at Millburgers. They're still in the, they were in 1 gallon. I put them in 3-gallon containers because I'm going to plant them at my daughter's house in the fall, probably.
Are the ones in the containers okay?
No, they're doing great. Yes, they look fine.
Yeah. And what kind of soil is in there? That's not the sand, right?
No, just regular potting soil.
Yeah. I would think that it's having a little trouble between the Bermuda and the sand. Yeah. Maybe as Mark indicated, that it's unusual for the spurge to be any threat to it, but when you combine that with the sand and the Bermuda grass, it may be having trouble competing.
Okay. So I know you're short on time. So what should I do, if anything, or just watch it?
I would try putting making a little hill with some heavier soil of some kind there.
I'm going compost.
Okay. Compost. Okay. Should I rake away that hardwood mulch and put compost mulch the firebush with compost? You think?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Pick up a bag of compost. I'm out.
Give that a try, or even if you got any kind of clay island any place, mix in that clay a little bit.
I just have sand. I could open a sand mine. Actually, from the end of my road, I can see the sand mine down in Bigfoot, Texas.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So I'm in sand country. Yeah. Okay, so I'll pull the mulch away and put some compost down. So should I remove that branch that is almost dead or declined? It's gotten much worse over the past 2 or 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. But I think you could put back the mulch after you get that compost in there.
Okay, compost and then remulch it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if because of the decline, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I put too much mulch on it and I kind of set it back, too thick.
Yeah. How much did you put on it?
I don't know. pretty heavy, pretty thick. Yeah.
I'm always wary.
Okay.
Wary of too much mulch for xeric plants.
Especially on sand.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I did not know that. I thought more was better. But
yeah,
okay.
a lot of people do. That's why I said inch and a half is sufficient.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, James.
Thanks,
Keep us
James.
informed.
Yeah, give us a call again. All right, Rex is on the line at 210-308-8867. Hey, Rex, what's happening? What's going on?
Well, I got tired of the winter killing everything on my back porch. So I did a little homework, and I found some cherry trees that were supposed to be good down to minus 20 degrees. So I bought 2 of these. They come in one pot. It's a Romeo and Juliet from a place called, I wrote it down here somewhere. But it's a male and a female that comes in one pot.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta work like hell to get the 2 separated without busting any roots up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got me some pretty good dirt, and I planted 2 separately, and I got them in pots now. They're about 14 tall, 14 wide, and I've been adding a little bit of half strength of the has to grow to it, and they're doing pretty good. Is there anything else that I should do to help propagate these things as time goes on?
Yeah, move 600 miles to the north.
Well, yeah. I've always tried to do that. I like doing the wildcat stuff,
Yeah.
I like being different with plants.
Yeah. I bet there are Montmorency cherries, because that can get down into Canada, down to 20 below. And
these are called a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, yes, but they're a selection of that particular cherry. It's famous for growing way up north.
That don't surprise me. But
yeah, so what I usually tell people that are trying to grow things from the north or from California is just our nights are so hot and humid. It's very hard to get anything to produce on that.
Well, even if they don't produce, they are growing. I mean, I've had them about a month now, and I've got 1.5 inches to 2 inches of growth on them.
Well, let's see. One month out of the 12 are, I'm kind of with Mark on there. I'll be surprised because if you look around, let's see. The only cherry that we can Mexican plum is not really a cherry either. So it's cherries. They just don't survive in this situation.
Well, I always have the pots in the dirt to plant something else in then.
Well, as I said, keep us informed because I'd like to know a little bit how it goes along, even if it's negative in the end. Call us up and tell us how it goes.
Oh, well, all right.
And if it is in a special container, maybe you'll have a period of time when it will prosper.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
well, okay. But the has-to-grows is good to use.
Yeah. So, thanks for the other thing is a little chelated iron or some kind of iron product down the road. Doesn't have to be used a whole lot. You just have to do it once or twice a year.
I'm just using half strength, has to grow, gallon jug, give them a splash, and then water them.
Okay.
Like the water, so.
The only other thing is maybe a little iron deficient. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck.
Some bone meal will be now. That's nitrogen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye. 210-308-8867. But, you need to call us tomorrow if we've missed you. I'm sorry about that. But we have just about a minute before we have to go and call it quits for today. And the sky is looking kind of maybe like it wants to rain. Is that what it looks like to you, Mark?
Yeah, no, it's agitated.
The sky was angry, my friend.
Turbulent.
Like an old man sending back his cold soup.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. All right. Yeah, it does look kind of, and the wind is out of the south, but it's all cloudy now, and I don't see any blue sky, so maybe we'll get a little rain. That'll be nice. Anything else before we wrap it up? Anything we can tease for tomorrow?
Yes.
No, just lots of topics.
I was going to say, hey, summer vegetables.
Okay. We're going to tease that.
We don't have to do it by transplant. We can do it by seed.
Oh.
And Milton, you can tell us about Malabar spinach, right?
Yeah, it's still trucking along. And the Tatuma squash is oh my gosh, it's going crazy.
I had a meal of Tatuma squash.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Oh, good.
Let's talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow on Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. Thanks for Al doing a great job with all that music, and thanks to you for listening. I'm Milton Glueck. This is 9:30 a.m. The Answer.